Every prison has walls, but sometimes one man sees a way beyond them.
This is Ethan Carter. For 6 years, this tiny cell has been his entire world.
Every morning follows the same routine, watched by dozens of armed officers. He counted every day, never knowing if freedom would ever return. Before prison, Ethan lived an ordinary life in a quiet American community. He had dreams, a family, and a future that disappeared overnight. One rainy evening changed everything forever.
Within minutes, he was under arrest. A long trial ended with a sentence that would redefine his life.
As the heavy gates closed, hope seemed to disappear forever. Inside, survival depended on discipline, patience, and trust. He kept to himself, avoiding trouble whenever possible. Searches were random and constant. Books became his escape from concrete walls.
Outside, seasons changed. Inside, nothing ever did.
He stayed physically strong, refusing to lose hope. Every movement was carefully watched. Security left almost no room for mistakes. Still, he couldn't stop wondering what waited beyond those fences. Freedom felt closer in dreams than in reality. He began observing every detail around him. Every routine followed a predictable rhythm.
Small details slowly caught his attention.
Ordinary daily tasks revealed how the prison operated.
He watched carefully, never drawing attention. Letters from home reminded him what he had lost. Memories became his greatest source of strength. Darkness brought silence, but never peace. The outside world always felt just out of reach. Every sleepless night brought difficult questions about his future. Another day started exactly like the one before. He paid attention to routines, not to break them, but to understand them. Years passed, one season after another. Each message from home reminded him that life continued beyond the prison. Hope was difficult to hold on to, but he refused to let it go. The walls looked impossible to overcome. One morning, everything would begin to change. Soon,
A decision would place him at the center of one of the prison's most unforgettable stories. Before sunrise, the silence was broken by an emergency alarm that no officer expected. Within seconds, every correctional officer was placed on high alert. The control room searched every camera, looking for answers.
An immediate head count confirmed that something was terribly wrong.
We have a runner. Block C, cell 42. Get K9 on the gate now.
Local law enforcement was notified within minutes. Switched on. Tell me things tip a temp.
The facility quickly became the center of a massive investigation.
Experienced investigators began examining every possible clue.
Every detail was photographed and preserved. Nothing was considered too small to investigate. Investigators searched for anything unusual in Ethan Carter's recent history.
We are following breaking news. The investigation into the escape of Ethan Carter is underway.
Carter vanished from the facility this morning.
Across America, millions followed every new development.
The investigation begins. Media crews waited around the clock for official updates.
Authorities promised a thorough investigation.
Experts carefully reviewed the prison's design and security procedures.
Hours of video evidence were examined. Federal investigators joined the case. Every lead was organized into a growing timeline. Search teams expanded their efforts across the surrounding region. Investigators spoke with anyone who might have noticed unusual activity. Specialized teams searched difficult terrain for evidence. Every possible location was examined. The case remained the nation's top story. Friends described Ethan as quiet, disciplined, and difficult to read. Former staff said he rarely attracted attention.
Even small observations became valuable evidence.
As night returned, the mystery only deepened.
The investigation continued without pause.
He couldn't have gotten far in that uniform.
Check the transport logs again.
Every new report was checked immediately. Search areas expanded as fresh information arrived. Public interest continued to grow. Technology played a critical role in the investigation. A second day began with more questions than answers. The team developed new investigative strategies. One unexpected clue changed the direction of the case. The search for Ethan Carter entered a critical stage.
In Part 3, the investigation reaches its turning point. and the truth finally begins to emerge.
After weeks in captivity, Ethan's desperate flight through the wilderness began. He knew this was his final chance.
Investigators carefully pieced together every clue collected over the previous 2 days. The search had expanded across several states, involving hundreds of officers.
The nation watched closely as the mystery continued to unfold.
The search continues for Ethan Carter, who vanished without a trace. Questions remained unanswered, and public curiosity grew stronger each hour.
Far from the spotlight, Ethan faced an uncertain future. Freedom brought unexpected silence instead of celebration.
He thought about the family he had not seen for years.
Memories reminded him of the life he once dreamed of rebuilding.
Investigators continued searching for answers through interviews and evidence. Technology became one of the investigation's most valuable tools.
As time passed, hope slowly faded for some and grew stronger for others. For Ethan, every decision carried lasting consequences.
Then an unexpected lead changed everything.
I've got a match. He's at the docks.
Move in now. All units converge on the target.
Investigators quickly followed the newest development.
The search entered its final stage.
He understood that every journey eventually reaches its ending. The choices made years earlier could never be erased. The investigation had revealed lessons far beyond a single case.
For correctional officials, the event inspired major security reviews.
Facilities across the country strengthened procedures and technology. Training programs were expanded to prepare for future challenges.
The prison eventually returned to its daily routine.
For Ethan, the future remained uncertain, but every new day offered a chance for reflection. Time has a way of changing even the most difficult stories. Years later, the story continued to fascinate audiences around the world.
Experts continue to examine the case from many different perspectives.
The prison stands today as a reminder that every decision carries consequences.
Life often presents second chances through responsibility and personal growth.
Communities heal when people choose better paths.
The value of freedom is best understood through responsibility.
Every ending also marks the beginning of a new chapter. His story became more than a headline. It became a lesson.
Eventually, every investigation reaches its conclusion. The walls remain standing, silent witnesses to history. Hope, accountability, and redemption continue to shape every human story.
The choices we make define not only our future, but also the lives of those around us. This has been the fictional story of Ethan Carter. While inspired by the drama of documentary filmmaking,